It's time for real.
It's
You go like,
time for real. And you know we keep it real. Getting that time for real. And you know we keep it real. Getting that money. It's age time for real.
it's time for real.
Oh, sports fans, we are back live. RaWordz podcast presented by your host, LJ from Houston, coming to you live from H-Town, Texas. And of course, I got my player partners on the stream. We finna talk some NBA and get into these standings and this playoff race. So, Chris from LA, what's going on, brother?
My man, happy to be with y'all for this last home stretch. Only about 10 games left, man. I'm excited.
Hey, that's what we came here to talk about. Marley Betts, what's the deal, sir?
Hey, what's going down, man? You did the show with me yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did.
So you know, as I know, we had a great day yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I personally went 6-1 yesterday on my picks. Hit a couple parlays. So you know, I'm in a good mood right now. I'm feeling great, man. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I had a decent day. I mean, Atlanta plus money wasn't a smart.
I forgot you took the plus 8, but I took that who let me down yesterday. I took the Bulls. I took the Bulls yesterday.
Yeah, I told you about that. Hey, but what do you feel about that Spurs? Boston coming back from a 32-point deficit.
So look. I took the Spurs plus 4. We covered.
Oh, okay, you covered. Okay.
We covered. Now that sprinkle that I had on the money line that was looking oh so great in the third quarter didn't cover. I'm not terribly disappointed. I didn't give the money line as an official play. I took the 4 points. I knew it would be a close game because, as we said, I just can't trust this Boston team.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Too much one-on-one, not enough offensive fluidity, I guess. There's no, it's just, here, Jalen, go give me 30 if you can. Here, Jason, go give me 30 if you can. Please give me at least 25 a piece, because if not, then we're probably going to get blown out. So Spurs I'm not going to say easy money, but if you watch basketball, that was Spurs plus 4 was a good play.
Yeah, I missed another one too. I forgot. I missed the Brooklyn. I took Brooklyn over the Portland, the Blazers. So
I thought you took Portland.
Nah, I took Brooklyn, and I took the under. I think over or something.
No, you did the under. I do remember that because you said if KD
plays, I was going to take the over. If he
KD played
under, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even watch the game, to be honest with you. I didn't know he played. I just was watching the score.
No, he didn't play. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play.
So I thought you took under if he didn't play.
I did.
The under hit, didn't it?
Did it?
Oh. 241.
Okay, well, I hit that, but I hit.
Yeah,
I lost the side.
Right.
All right. Well, I took the Wizards too because the Wizards on a hot streak right now, so I cashed in on that one.
Easy money.
And of course, the hottest team in the league, which we go on and talk about it right now, man.
Yeah, we can talk about that right now.
Let's go on and get into this Western Conference standings, man. We got number one. Well, actually, they're tied. I think they're tied first.
Right.
Yeah.
Tied.
Phoenix, 20-9 on the road.
Yeah.
7-3 in their division. 26-10 in their conference. 12-4 in the month of April, man. And like I've been saying since the All-Star break, me and Marty been discussing. I think, Chris, you chimed in too on this, man. Yeah. The fact that Chris Paul can elevate a team from no playoff appearance in 10 years to the number one seed in the Western Conference. Fans give him some MVP consideration. I'm not saying win it, but at least he got to be in a conversation.
Got to be in the conversation.
I mean, he in there though. I mean, who not putting him in there?
A lot of people. I mean, he not in there. They saying his points ain't enough, and he.
But that's what remember the conversation I always had with y'all. Man, you can't talk hoops with everybody. Everybody looks at points. He don't average a certain number. He don't grab enough boards. He grab enough assists or dish out enough assists, and he shouldn't be an MVP conversation. But he impacts the game. It's like Rondo should have been in the MVP conversation last year for us. No, but he was so important to help us get to a title. Only Bron averaged more assists than he did, but he was critical to what we do. Exactly. When he won a championship with Boston, he was integral for Doc, KG, and those guys. He had to run the show, help run the show with Pierce and those guys. So can't look at that. Can't talk hoops with everybody. LJ and Moore.
Hey, you right.
You're right.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
You're right.
Have a good day.
You right.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Have a good day, man. But Chris is in there for sure, bro.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. He's helped elevate Dev and Ayton. He's taking their game to another level. Bridges is playing well. Crowder, I know he's been out. He's been out with an injury, but he's got some grits in him, so he's gonna bring that fire. He's gonna back up Chris. Don't you see what Pat Bear did to Chris Paul last time they played? And Jay Crowder gonna step up, so you need that. If Chris Paul's at pit, you need somebody to back him.
I wouldn't be mad if they gave him the actual MVP. Honestly, I think he deserves more than consideration. I probably don't give him the award. I give it to Jokic. If you're asking me personally, I give it to Jokic.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. It's okay. But like we just said, they're tied with Utah. Utah is 26-4 at home. They have a 9.2 plus point differential, but they were only 9-7 in April. So they had a little slide, but they're still able to hold on and tie Phoenix with their number one seed in the West. Now, my question to you, my brothers, who is going to hold that number one seed when the playoffs start?
Chris, you go first.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
To me, I think it all happens. How many more games is Donovan going to be out? Because Phoenix is obviously pretty much healthy outside of Jay, and Utah's best player is not there. So I know Donovan came down on his ankle and it looked bad. So we don't know how much long it's going to be out. So that's going to determine who finishes the top spot. But right now, if I had to choose, I'd probably say Phoenix because I think Utah's going to be safe with Donovan. They can't have him come back and have a setback, bro, and they mess around and have a tougher first round series than they have to. Okay. So if I had to choose, I say Phoenix.
Okay, about you?
I'm looking up the schedule right now. I'm pulling up Phoenix's remaining schedule. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, actually, while you're doing that, let me talk about the Clippers because they're only 2.5 games back behind the first. And they're 24-8 at home, 8-3 in their division, 26-12 in the conference, and they were 11-4 in the month of April. And I do believe that was the best record, tied with the New York Knicks. 11.
You said the Clippers?
The Clippers.
Yeah, but they got Paul George leading the way now.
Okay.
So I disqualify them.
Yeah, so basically he's saying he don't believe in them.
Okay.
That's
no.
What
So looking up the Clippers' remaining schedule, since you brought it up, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 games left.
Mm-hmm.
In that 8, they got Denver tonight. They got the Lakers on the 6th. They got the Knicks on the 9th. And the rest of their games are kind of, I call it cupcake. You got Toronto twice, Charlotte, Houston, and OKC.
Yeah, they should be able to win all those games, bro.
So they should win those games. They got 3 tough games.
Hey, no,
because they're not going to beat the Knicks. I don't think they're going to beat the Knicks.
In LA?
I think it's in LA. I have to go back and check. I think it's in LA.
It's in LA.
They don't beat the Knicks.
So Chris,
I don't know about the Lakers.
They're going 8-0.
No, because I don't think they beat the Knicks. The Lakers, depending on Bron and AD, might not win that game. And then I don't think they, as a matter of fact, for those who watch the show later, who are going to tune in to Brothers and Best later, I'll give my play right now. They do not beat the Nuggets tonight. They lose.
Do we know if Kawhi is coming back though?
I had him out earlier. I haven't looked up the specifics yet. 2 seconds.
You may have to repeat
that
that
could be a game time decision though. That could be
I'll pull it up right now. I think he's out. His foot.
Yeah,
I don't think he's playing.
This is a big game. He might be back for this game.
I have him out.
Okay.
Oh no. Upgraded to questionable.
There you go.
That's game time decision basically.
Inside information, LJ. Quick betting tip that I told you this before. I don't know if you remember. Told you this before. When stars come back off of injury, first game back,
the
other team.
Okay.
Take the other team. This is why. Rust, and they throw off the chemistry and they throw off the rotation.
Okay.
Because you come back, you insert him in the starting lineup, that starter has to go back to the bench, got to remake that chemistry again. So I always go opposite when a star, not necessarily a starter, but when a star comes back, because they're going to feed him, they're going to want him to get in rhythm. Actually, if he starts, I'm definitely going to take Denver first half.
And check this out, Marley. I'm sorry, Chris. I don't mean to cut you off. I got to that plans well because the last 3 times this happened, the Lakers lost last night to the Kings. LeBron came back. AD came back that first game. They lost, right? Yeah. So I see where you're going, my brother. I see your philosophy, and I like it. So, but we're gonna take a closer look at the game later.
My question to answer the original question: who do I think is going to hold on to that first seed, that first spot? I got Phoenix. Jazz is hurt. I do like their schedule. I just looked it up. They don't have. I think they may have 1 or 2 more like tough remaining games left. I like Phoenix here, and I like it because they're healthy. Out of the 3 teams, they're the healthiest. They have the most to prove out of the 3. If we're going to factor in things to prove, because we take away home field because it's in a bubble, so nobody's really playing for necessarily home field advantage, right? So it's only what do we have to prove and getting healthy. Those are the 2 main things I would like to think at the top 3 teams we care about. Mainly, number 1 would be getting healthy. Jazz have to get healthy. Got to get Donovan Mitchell healthy. I don't care if it's 8 games remaining. Got to get him healthy. Clippers, I don't know how they feel, but if I was them, Kawhi, I don't care about anybody. Kawhi has to be healthy. Serge Ibaka's back. He has to be healthy. They will not go into the rest of the season caring about if we finish number 1, 2, or 3. So not a big priority there. Phoenix, we're young. We're healthy. Let's just go make a statement. We're the number 1 team this season, just to fill in our young heads. Hey, that's something Chris can tell them. Hey, guys, we're the number 1 team. We don't got to back down from nobody. Just extra little motivation Chris Paul can play with for the young guys. Because Chris Paul don't care. Chris Paul knows, look, we got to get in the bubble. We got to win. But Chris Paul, he's a leader. I know he knows motivation, everything he can pull for Booker and those young guys to keep them focused. I don't know if it necessarily matters to them, but I think it matters more to them than it does the Lakers, Jazz, and Clippers, just based off health. So I got Phoenix, and just looking at the remaining schedule, they got New York. They got it. Their last couple games is all teams that it matters for the other teams. Like they end two with San Antonio. They end those 2 with San Antonio. Then you got Portland before that. It's going to matter to Portland. It's going to matter to Golden State before that. And the Lakers might not matter to them because they're more about getting healthy. Knicks before that. Atlanta, Cleveland. So they play teams where it matters to the other team, but they're good enough that I think they're going to want to win. So I got Phoenix.
Okay. Chris, what you got?
Well, yeah, I picked Phoenix too before March, depending on but I mean, well, let me ask y'all a question. If Phoenix does finish number 1, who they got to avoid in the first round?
Lakers.
Avoid? Well, Lakers won't be 8.
Nah, we not gonna come down to 8. I don't think.
Yeah,
you don't think, but it's a possibility.
It is a possibility. But I don't. And our schedule is tough, bro. Because I got another question for y'all down the line. But as of right now, the way it sits, 7 through 10. If it was to finish out like that, who the Phoenix got to stay away from? Because
I don't think the Lakers should be.
I have it to where right now, if the playoffs started right now, play-in games played and everything, Phoenix would play Memphis first round. That would be their first round matchup.
Yes.
What's the who's in 7 through 6 through 9, LJ, or 6 through
It's-
10.
It's Portland, Memphis, San Antonio, Golden State.
Well, Dallas is number 6 though. Dallas is 6, then Portland, Phoenix, Memphis.
I don't
and
think they
Yeah.
have to avoid any
Dallas,
of those teams.
Portland, Memphis, San Antonio, Golden State. Yeah.
I don't think they have to avoid any of those teams. I guess Portland may be the scariest because you got Dame and CJ.
Mhm.
But if I'm Phoenix, I'm not scared of San Antonio. I'm not scared of Dallas. I'm not scared of who else did you mention?
Portland, Memphis.
and Golden
Memphis.
State.
and
I'm not
Golden
scared of Memphis. Portland would be the only team I kind of fear, just because, like I said, you got Dame, you got CJ, and most of them was hurt in the regular season with Nurkic, so they probably should have finished maybe, let's say, 5th to 7th instead of 9th or dead last.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, Phoenix is still, I think they're still a better team than Portland, but Portland is the only team I would fear as a lower seed. If I was any of the top 3 teams, honestly, Portland would be the only team I would be, because that's the only team with like a legit guy that'll bounce your ass in the first. I don't think Memphis is going to bounce anybody in the first round. I don't think San Antonio, they got the cliche, but they don't got the roster. So I don't think to bounce anybody in the first round. Memphis too young. Dallas, I don't think they have the talent overall. And Portland, you got Dame, CJ, and Nurkic and Melo off the bench. I think they could give you some trouble. I don't think they bounce anybody, but they don't bounce Phoenix. I would love to see Clippers Portland first round though. I think that's interesting.
Nah, Clippers beat that, man, because Portland
I
don't play
think
no.
they should, but I just think it's interesting. I think it's more interesting than Phoenix.
Well, see, go ahead, Mark.
I just think Paul George if he folds, they could lose.
You're right. You're right, but I just think Portland don't play no defense. But every time they
don't.
Every time they play the Clippers, but Clippers get whatever they want, man.
They don't play any defense.
The issue with Portland is that they shoot too many threes. They rely on that 3-point shot to get
Everything.
So does Phoenix, though. That's what I'm saying. So does Phoenix, though.
No, Phoenix is not in the top 10 at 3-point points from the 3-point line. You see what I'm saying?
I know, but they attempt a lot, though. They may not be in the top 10.
No, Chris, they're more mid-range. If you really look at them, Chris Paul, Evan Booker more mid-range shooters. They're not that 3-point shot.
I don't watch a lot of Phoenix, so I can't say. But I don't think they shoot a lot of threes.
No, they don't shoot threes. I'm gonna tell you, Utah and Portland are the top 2
Portland,
teams.
Portland fucking launches threes, dog. That's all they do. I mean, even when they not shooting threes, though, everything is still long too. Like everything is predicated from the outside with Portland. Nothing is inside. And that's probably because they got 2 little ass guards with TJ and Dame. I mean, both of their guards are small. So they're not going to get a lot of drives from those guys.
See, but my thing is, the thing about Phoenix, man, I like the way they play. Phoenix, if they play Portland, the best player on the court is going to be Dame. So outside of that,
I don't know.
It's going to be Dame.
Booker got something to say about that, bro.
But Dame's been in the playoffs. Books ain't never been in the playoffs. Dame's been here before. He's won a playoff series.
Because
I'll say this. Dame may be the best player on the court, but I think Booker might be the most talented person on the court.
That's fair to say, but we talking about based off experience. The Dame has been there. D Book hasn't played in the playoffs before.
Well, Dame's been in the league a lot longer too, so I can't knock Book.
And he had a better squad. He's had a better squad.
I can't knock Book for not being there. So, but I give you that Dame might. I mean, if we're going to count experience, but I don't know if I take Dame. If we're talking draft picks right now, both of them coming out the league at the same time, and we both know what we know now, still, I might go Booker still.
I don't know about that, man. And I like Book because Dame.
I like Book a lot. I love Dame. Don't get me wrong. I love Dame. I'm a huge Dame fan.
You know why I say Booker? This is why I say Booker. Because he's more multifaceted. He can hit you from the 3. He can post you up. He can hit you with the mid-range. Dame don't go in the paint and post up. Dame don't post nobody up.
No, he don't. But let me ask you a question. No, you're right. He doesn't post. He doesn't have the size to post. He's not that big. He's only about 6 foot. But let me ask you a question.
I mean, how tall is
Book's like 6'5".
Book's like 6'3", 6'4", huh?
No, Book's like 6'5".
He's 6'5", yeah. Booker tall. Booker bigger than Dame. He's taller and bigger.
But out of the 2, who's more of a killer? Who do you fear in the last 2 minutes of a game?
Oh, no question, it's Dame.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why it
But my
matters.
thing for that, but look, let me counter that with this. Let me counter
LJ
that
shaking
with
his
this,
head.
Chris.
He know LJ shaking his head, but he know Dame is if 2 minutes
Chris,
left.
let me counter that
I
with
don't
this.
know
Chris.
that. I don't know that.
Hold up, LJ. Hold up, LJ. Chris, let me ask you this. Let me counter that with this. Let me ask you this, Chris.
Go ahead, Mar.
I'm gonna ask you this. Because I agree. I kind of agree with Chris. I mean, as far as Dame is
See, y'all
killer.
only going off experience. You're only going off what you saw with Dame,
Right.
and I get that.
Hold
He
up.
was there in the moment.
Right.
Go,
I'm
Marlon.
gonna ask them. Let me ask this because I'm going where you're going, LJ. At least I think I am.
Okay.
Chris, you right. Dame, killer. 2 minutes left, 30 seconds left, 5 seconds left, whatever. Last second shot. Do you want Dame with the ball? Yes, no question. Now, my thing with Booker is we haven't seen Booker in those positions yet.
Right.
So I can't necessarily say he won't deliver. It's just an unknown because he hasn't been in that position. Now, I do agree with you though. Dame been in that position several times, and several times Dame has come through. So it's no denying what Dame has done. But I don't want to knock Booker because I just haven't seen it yet. He hasn't been in a position to give us a game winner, game 7, or game whatever in the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm not going to knock him for it, but I do agree with you as far as since we don't know and we do know about one guy, if there's 10 seconds left on the clock or whatever, a game second, last minute shot, whatever, who do I want shooting it? I'm giving it to Dame, no question. And I don't care from where at on the court.
That's all I'm saying, man. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it, bro. Okay, so
we seen him do it early in his career, up close and personal.
He just did it to OKC like 2 years ago. That's why Paul George and Russell.
No, you're not understanding. You said 2 years ago. I seen him do it. How long ago was that, LJ? About 5-6 years ago. When
we had Chandler Parsons on our team, and
Dwight Howard. And Dwight Howard, I remember it clearly.
I remember exactly how it was. Yeah, I remember that.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, he hit. Look, I was just like this. He hit that hoe.
I would love for that to be the first round matchup, Chris, because I really think Booker, I feel, is the most disrespected star in the league, bro. Just because of where he plays, but it's gonna change when Chris Paul get him in the playoffs.
I mean, people were saying the same thing about Dame 3 years ago.
Most disrespected? I don't know about disrespect.
Yeah.
I think Dame was like the most he wasn't getting no all-star games.
Yeah, but think about he's in the West though. But he was on the West. If he was in the East, but he'd be all-star. In the first couple of years, he would have been all-star.
Same with Booker.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I never take into consideration the media's point of view on how they evaluate talent. If you go ask the guys, his peers who he plays with, they don't disrespect Devin Booker. You hear what Draymond Green said about him about a year ago.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. If we're gonna discredit the media, then yes. Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking about the guys who step on the court with him. They're like, Book can play. His team wasn't very good for all those years, but he can play. You ask these white boys or these cats who are writing down notes and stuff, they don't see what these cats on the court see. So D Book, he's been disrespected because he ain't been an all-star, but the guys who he play against, he's like, yeah, he can hoop. His team is sorry, but he can play. He gave Boston 60 at 19 years old. Well, he can play.
Right.
So it depends on who you ask, man.
So okay, with all that said, we have the top 4 teams. Like in my opinion, I went through the numbers this morning. Mm-hmm. I think the top 4 teams in the NBA are in the Western Conference. Denver, Phoenix, Utah, and the Clippers. Now, Utah's shaky because of how Mitchell's hurt now, and we can really see how exposed they are if they don't have that player. See, Brooklyn now, they can have a star player sit and still win a series. You see? So I'm going off the numbers far as what the numbers say. Those are the top 4 teams in the league. You see what I'm saying? But Brooklyn is right there at 5. And I will replace Utah.
Brooklyn? You have Brooklyn at 5?
Wait,
the numbers. I did the numbers.
Okay.
That's not correct.
You know how I do? I do 10 categories, and I do top 10. Who has the most top 10 in all these categories? And Denver has 9. You see what I'm saying? They are top 10 and 9. offensive categories. Plus, they're top 10 in points, points against, and point differential. You see what I'm saying? Those three things right there. If you are in those Denver, Phoenix, Utah Clippers, they are in that category. Top 10 in points, top 10 in points against, and top 10 in point differential.
Yep.
Those are the four right there. Now, Brooklyn's right there. That's what I'm saying. They're right there. But I will replace Utah with Brooklyn now because of how we never believed in Utah. It's just the fact that they came out on a good cushion because of the 3-point line. Like I said, they shoot at least 33s a game, bro. And I don't think that they can sustain that in the playoffs when somebody lock you down and make you play half-court basketball. You see what I'm saying? And Gobert ain't taking you nowhere because if you lock down Mitchell, you can't throw it inside and give points to Gobert. He's a defensive threat.
No, you can't.
So that's my issue with Utah. So we can talk about the Eastern Conference now. Let's move on to the East because I have Brooklyn 10-6 in the month of April. Philadelphia 10-6 in the month of April, and Milwaukee was 10-6 in the month of April. Now, my question to you, same question. These three teams finished at the end of the season. Who has the number one seed?
Go ahead, Mark. We trouble.
Oh, who has the number one seed at the end of the season in the East? I think it has to be Brooklyn.
Okay. Because Milwaukee's only 3.5 games behind. Philadelphia's
Milwaukee, the Bucks are pretenders. They're not for real. They're not for real. I don't even see them getting to the conference finals.
And so that's saying a lot, the fact that they have a two-time MVP player on their team.
But he's not going to be the best player in the series against either of those two teams, though. That's the sad part about it.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said, but Giannis is not going to be the best player in the series against either of those two teams, even though he's been the back-to-back team. He's not going to be the best player.
I agree. He won't be the best player in either one of those series. I agree. It'll be Embiid if it's Philly, and if it's Brooklyn, KD is the best player on the court. Right.
For sure. So you can throw James in there if you want.
I agree. And for me, I haven't looked at Philly. I haven't looked at their remaining schedule, the two teams, but so
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling up. Somebody pull up. I got Phillies right now. Somebody just pull me up Brooklyn's.
I got Brooklyn right now. Oh, you got it, Chris?
No, go ahead, LJ. I was looking at Phillies real quick.
I got Philly right in front of me.
He ain't playing nobody, bro.
That's what I'm looking at. Philly's not playing any fucking body.
One player was
all right. So with that being said, now I look at the schedules. I'm gonna go with Philly, and that's simply because, and for my same
we haven't heard Brooklyn's schedule yet. You haven't heard Brooklyn's schedule yet.
I know, but so for the same justification that I gave for the West, I'm giving for the East. Brooklyn doesn't care about finishing first more than they care about being healthy.
Right.
And right now you got Harden, KD, Kyrie. They're all iffy each game. It's going to make more sense to probably only play one of them in each of those games that they have remaining, which can give them a chance to lose. I know their schedule is probably not tough remaining, but
to you right, I give it to you right now. Listen,
go ahead.
Because we talked
about
this yesterday. They have Milwaukee back-to-back Sunday, tomorrow, and Tuesday. Now, are all three of them going? I mean, all two, because of course Harden's hurt. Is KD and Kyrie going to play those games?
They both won't play in both of them.
Okay, so one going to sit and the other one to play.
Yep, something like that, maybe.
Okay. And then they have Denver on Saturday, next Saturday, and they have Dallas. Oh, I skipped Dallas. They have Dallas Thursday, TNT, and then they have Denver next Saturday. After that, Bulls, Spurs, Bulls, Cavs.
But bro, that this next week, that's a full week. They got a full Milwaukee, Dallas, and Denver. That's all in 1 week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And meanwhile, Philly has
nobody.
Spurs, Bulls, Houston, Pelicans, Detroit, Pacers, Heat, Magic.
They gonna finish in the top number one.
That sounds like number one seed for Philly.
The only team that even cares about anything is Chicago and Miami. And they can technically, in actuality, they can beat both. They'll beat Chicago easily. And
Okay.
depending on what Miami team throws out there, that's like the third to the last game of the season. Shit could be locked up by then. Miami might not even need to care or anything. There's no telling what can happen with that game. And then 2 games against the Magic. Like Philly should get the number 1 seed. And I'm not just based off the schedule. Like I said, the playoffs start in 10 games or 8 to 10 games. It's all about getting healthy for Brooklyn. Brooklyn does not care about the number 1 seed. We care about KD staying healthy, James getting healthy, Kyrie has a groin. And anybody that's as athlete knows, like groins, hamstrings, shit like that, those things just take time. And so the more time, the better. So for me, it's Philly. Philly get the number 1 seed. So that means we'll get the Bucks and probably the Bucks and Nets in a conference, in a semi-conference final. And
who you say?
watch.
You agree with Philly too?
Yeah,
You agree
yeah,
with Philly?
yeah, Philly, yeah, because it's a schedule. Brooklyn's this next week for Brooklyn's gonna be tough. So, and still no James.
Right.
So,
Actually, so I got if the playoffs started today, play-in games played.
Yep.
Brooklyn would play Charlotte. Philly would play Miami. Milwaukee would play Boston.
Ooh, Philly and Miami. Philly play Miami first round if things stay the way they stay right now.
Right now, yep.
Ooh,
But
it's a tough first
see,
round
you're
for
saying
Philly.
Philly's going to get the number 1 seed though, so they're going to take Brooklyn over, and then Brooklyn's going to play Miami first round.
Brooklyn's a tougher matchup. I think Miami.
I think if I'm Miami, I want Philly.
We want Philly. Because
if I'm Miami, I want Philly.
Yeah, I agree. But I
want no parts of that KD, James Harden, Brook. I want no parts of that. Bro, yeah. KD just came off the bench and gave you 30 after being hurt for like 4 weeks. So I want no parts of that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if KD would have played pretty much the whole season like how Embiid and maybe come out a couple of games, he probably would have won MVP, bro.
He probably be averaging like 25 with only like 20 games.
Yeah, that's my point. So if he played
that's crazy, bro.
Game, if he at least played a certain amount of games to be considered for an MVP, KD
After
probably
missing, we gotta keep in mind he missed all of last season. He didn't even play, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't even play.
So, like we say, Philly, number 1 seed, Brooklyn, number 2.
Yep.
Moving on, man. Moving on. Let's talk about this MVP race, man, because the candidates that we have, of course, is Jokic. We did have Embiid, but they're saying that he didn't missed a lot of games. And I mean, y'all feel he's still in consideration? If they do get that number 1 seed in the East, should he still be battling out with?
Technically, they gotta have at least 5 guys in there, so you gotta put somebody in there just because. Okay. But so yeah, he's gonna be in there just because. But I think it's Jokes to lose, man. Honestly, if he can keep Denver in the top 4 with Jamal being out, then they probably give it to him. But if they end up sliding because Jamal's been out, and then you probably put Embiid back up, especially if Embiid puts them at the number 1, in my opinion.
I think I don't see how you don't give it to Jokic. Right now, he's the only one that played the full season, that put up the numbers to deserve the MVP.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's been consistent, only one game in and game out. Like you said. Now, my thing is this, like Chris said, if they slip, I don't think you give it to Embiid. I think if they slip, you give that hoe to Chris Paul. If they slip and fall out of the, what are they, 4 right now?
Yeah.
If they fall out of the top 5, it's probably be hard to do with only 8 games left. I think you got to get a hold of Chris Paul, bro. Phoenix didn't even make the playoffs last year. They did not make the playoffs. I don't think people understand they did not make it, and they're number 1 or number 2 this year. If Denver slips out of the top 5 and Phoenix finishes at number 1, I think you got to give it to Chris Paul.
But like I said, think about who's voting. We not voting. I agree. It's the people who watch the game, but they look at numbers. They can't. I mean, I don't see somebody giving it to somebody who feels he's not even the best player on their team. I don't see media doing that. I just don't, unfortunately.
I mean, is that why Giannis got it back to back 2 times in a row? Because of what you're saying, the media?
Yeah. The media.
I don't remember who was all in the running.
Giannis' numbers were up there, obviously.
Giannis' first year.
What's that?
I don't remember who was all in the running.
Oh, for Giannis'
2 years.
Well, of course, LeBron was in there last year. I know for sure.
Yeah. Well, he talking about the year. You talking about the first time Giannis got it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. But I agree with y'all. I think Jokic right now, it's his to lose because he's been player of the week 3 times and he's been player of the month 2 times. So the numbers say that Jokic is in the lead. And also Luka has been player of the week 3 times. So that's just interesting to know. I went through the numbers today.
Yeah,
so,
but Luka's like, they're so far down. They can't get that shit. You can't give it to Luka.
But listen to this, though. February, Harden. And March was Harden. And he got hurt. So if Harden still would have been playing right now, may have to put him in there as well.
Maybe if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, so.
Because he was balling. I ain't say that.
He was. But my thing is this. He was doing the same thing in Houston where he was playing. The only difference is he had more, I guess, better players to hit the shot. Been in Houston, I guess that's why he lost.
I guess so. But his assists did go up.
Yeah, I mean, his game ain't changed at all to me. So it's just the team, I guess. So hey, it is what it is, man. I'm not hating on Harden. You know, he did what he was supposed to do with us. We got what we got out of him, but we also got what we got back. Huh?
I said, did you really?
I mean, we ain't get no championship, but
I don't think nobody else was going. I mean, I don't think nobody else would have brought a championship with that team.
Well, I mean,
I tell you this though, like I said, the friction that him and Chris Paul had, if Chris Paul would have came back that next year, we probably would have had a puncher's chance to win. Because
that's the only fault I have on Harden's knock here.
Yeah. He didn't buy
the year with Chris Paul, he cost us a championship that year with Chris Paul. Because as we see, Chris Paul has the answers. Like he knows what to do, and I think that cost us. We were up. Chris, I don't even think Harden cost up. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, we win.
I agree.
Even with them bickering, Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. We finish off the Warriors and we beat Cleveland. I don't think without question.
Y'all would have beat Cleveland for sure. You'd have beat Cleveland for sure. Whoever was coming out the East is gonna beat. I mean, coming out the West is gonna beat Cleveland, in my opinion.
Yeah. We were just a hamstring away, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, man.
So my thing is to sum up this right here: best teams in the NBA. If you had to pick your finals right now, who would the 2 teams be?
Jeez.
Everybody healthy, no injuries. Everybody healthy.
Go ahead,
NBA finals.
Lakers, Boston. I mean, Lakers, Brooklyn.
Hold on.
I don't want to wait for you.
Lakers, Brooklyn.
Lakers, Brooklyn. Everybody healthy. Everybody full strength. Lakers, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean that would be an incredible finals because
Brooklyn in 6.
I don't know about that, but
Brooklyn in 6.
That would be a great finals. I ain't gonna lie.
Brooklyn in 6. KD MVP again.
Oh.
Over LeBron. Brooklyn in 6.
So with the narrative, if that happens, is the narrative now when we go on Sports Center, First Take?
If that happens, I think the narrative changes. I'm not saying LeBron, KD becomes better than LeBron and all that shit. I'm not saying that. But I do think we got to give KD his props, even though he has what people call a super team. But I think AD and LeBron with those Lakers is just as powerful a team as Brooklyn is with the Nets. I do think Brooklyn's better, but I don't think they're that much better where it should be like, oh, KD has a super team and LeBron didn't. So I think they're fairly balanced. So I think if KD wins another MVP, that's 3 MVPs against LeBron. I do think you have to change his narrative. I'm not saying that you automatically say he's better than LeBron or all that shit, but I think we do change his narrative and give him more credit than he's gotten thus far.
All right, Chris, how you feel about your Lakers, bro? Let us know about your Lakers.
Well,
what is it going to take for them to get out of this turmoil that they're in? I guess you say.
Well, obviously, we don't have enough firepower, man. I'm worried about us. We play defense solid, but we got so much on LeBron's shoulders, man.
So much.
I don't like our schedule, man. Down the line, man, we might end up getting passed up by Dallas. We only half game up, and you compare our schedule to Dallas's, man, and we might get jumped. Honestly,
so that'll put the Lakers in what, 6th,
7th,
7th.
Ooh. Because
that's good. We get a first round with the Clippers. I like that.
Nah, the Clippers are number 3.
Are they not 2?
No.
Oh no, you get Utah. Oh, y'all get Utah. Y'all good. Y'all good. That's
I mean, I like our matchup now since we have Andre, so I think he can bang with Gobert, and then you throw Davis in there for a little bit. But our schedule, man, we got Denver. We still got to play the Clippers. We got to play Portland. We got to play Phoenix. We got to play the Knicks, and we still got to play desperate teams like Indiana and New Orleans, who are still trying to get in.
Ooh. Yeah, y'all got that's a tough schedule down the stretch.
Hey,
that's the Lakers. And you look at Dallas. You look at Dallas's schedule. Dallas don't really play that. Nowhere near what we playing. I'm gonna bring up Dallas schedule. Let me see. So we like I said, when we only have game up, Dallas is playing Sacramento, Washington, Miami. They still have to play. They have to play Brooklyn, but then they get Cleveland twice. They get Memphis. They get Toronto. They get Minnesota.
Yeah, that's very easy.
They're going to lose one of those games to Memphis. They're going to lose to Washington.
They only play Memphis one time.
Oh, I thought they played Memphis twice.
Cleveland twice.
Oh, they'll beat Cleveland twice.
That's what I'm saying. And then they got Toronto at home. They got Minnesota. They got to play the Wizards next. So that's kind of up in the air. But I
think they lose to Washington. I think they lose to Minnesota. Honestly, Minnesota's playing good basketball right now.
No,
they have, bro. Especially coming.
My boy Trippy, Minnesota is playing really good basketball right now, bro.
Yeah, I like Anthony Edwards, man. He's explosive. He was explosive in college, bro, but he's went to a whole nother level. The game's more open. So
I'm taking them tonight.
Who they play tonight?
Tablet back.
Well, why y'all doing that?
The Pelicans. The Pelicans.
Yep. They got the Pelicans favorite.
They
do.
Minnesota at home +4. I'm jumping off on that +4 and money line.
Yeah, for sure. What time the first game? So we'll make sure we get it at 6.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7.
Oh well, yeah, 6.
You doing a show at 3? You doing a show at 3?
Yeah, I still got it for 3 right now. If anything, I'm not moving it back. So if anything, I'll move it up.
Okay.
Well,
I was going to talk about the Lakers and Brooklyn finals.
Okay.
This is my thing about that. That would be an epic finals. And these two teams, Brooklyn doesn't have an all NBA per se player in the paint. So all their points are going to be predicated on the perimeter.
All right.
Lakers have 3 all NBA players in the paint. So their points are going to be predicated on points in the paint. So it's going to be a clash of the Titans, bro.
I don't agree with that though, LJ, man. Honestly, we don't have 3 players that play in the paint. Bron is the person that is honestly he'll probably dominate the paint as far as giving the ball to and getting the bucket. Dre's not going to dominate inside. That's not his game. And Davis is more of a perimeter guy, man. He don't like playing with his back to the basket like that. We kind of have to force him to do so.
Really? So you're saying Anthony Davis rather shoot in the perimeter than to get into the paint?
You damn right.
6'11".
You damn right. Him and KD the same height. So he rather play on the perimeter because that's the skill set. He's always been a perimeter guy. He'll try to play with his back to basket, but his first option is on the perimeter, man, face up.
He definitely doesn't like to play in the paint. I know that. He's playing.
He's gonna have to change it when it comes to that matchup because
he ain't
but able to. Huh?
Yeah, but how you expect somebody to change that quickly, do like a complete 180 if he's been doing it up until this time?
I mean, AD can score in the paint. He played his back-to-back in the Pelicans. He played.
Of course he can, but I'm saying, where does he dominate the most on face up or with his back to the basket? Where does he dominate the most? Face up, because nobody's telling him to contest. He can go either way. And then he's probably gonna be. He's a top rebounder. I know he's not rebounding now right now. Damn. I know he's not rebounding right now. Well, but Dre's gonna help grab boards. But I don't know, man. Bron's gonna have to do what he does, man. He's got so much on his shoulder. That's why he's still the best in the world. KD's never had the same responsibility. Nobody's ever had the same responsibility Bron has. And I'm a Kobe guy.
Yeah.
So
agree. I agree. I'm a Kobe guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying. So like I said, Brooklyn has 3 guys on the perimeter, yes, but we don't have 3 guys in the paint. We got one consistent, and Bron is a perimeter guy, but he can get to the basket at will. But the other 2 guys aren't gonna dominate the paint like what people think, in my opinion.
So basically, you saying y'all are overmatched to beat Brooklyn in the finals?
No. We're not overmatched. No, but we just what you saying you think our strength is. I'm saying I don't believe it's our strength. It's being able to.
What's the Lakers' strength?
Man, it's supposed to be defense, man. But like I said, we ain't. But Brooklyn's gonna have so much firepower. I don't know how we match up with them, man. Honestly,
I got Brooklyn in 6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how we match up with them because James by himself. I don't know who because KCP's not gonna be. He gets KCP in foul trouble. He's not smart. You have to be smart when you defend James, man. You got to keep your hands up high, show your hands, and KCP don't have enough. He don't have enough bricks in his back pocket, like Shannon say. Like James is gonna be able to bump him with his shoulder. Schroeder's too small. Schroeder's got to worry about Kyrie, but we need Schroeder to be effective when he's on the other end. So Kyrie's gonna do what he does. So Caruso's not gonna be able to keep him in front, and I like Caruso. And then now James gonna have to deal with Bron's got to deal with KD. It's too much of a matchup issue, in my opinion, man.
Too much firepower.
Yeah, I don't see how we match. Philly matches up better against Brooklyn than we do. Because he's Ben Simmons. He's not you know how I feel about him on offense, but he's versatile enough for
KD.
At least the 3. And then you got Danny.
I put Ben Simmons. You could put the thing. Matter of fact, not KD. Philly matches up better. I agree because you can put Ben on James, and you could put Tobias Harris on KD.
Tobias is 6'8". People don't realize Tobias is 6'8", 6'9". He's got good size. Have good size on the
he can at least put a hand up in KD's face. He's not gonna stop KD, but he's tall enough to bother him a little bit.
He's got good size.
Or you could put Ben, right? Or you put Ben on KD and let Tobias have. Either way it go, you got 2 6 7 6 8 guys in the perimeter that can hold at least attempt to slow the other 2 guys down. And the Lakers don't have nobody on the perimeter outside of Bron that can challenge those other 3 guys. Like he said, Schroeder. I like Schroeder. He actually plays good defense, but too light for James Harden. James Harden he's too light. James Harden bully him, and he's not skilled enough to stay in front of Kyrie. Like, which nobody really is skilled enough to stay in front of Kyrie, but Kyrie use Schroeder. And so, like, what do you do with James? James has to hold. LeBron has to hold KD because there's nobody else. So you gotta go LeBron over there, and then Schroeder has to hold Kyrie because you can't put him on James. So then who the fuck holds James Harden?
We don't have
that's the problem. They don't have anybody. They're one guy short. You know what I'm saying? And now where Philly is, they got the 2 guys up front. And they got the big man in the paint to even if Tobias can't necessarily stay in front of KD, he don't really got to stay in front of him all that much because you got Embiid to back you up. Yep. Whereas like if I'm KD, I'm not really worried about Drummond in the paint. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably just pull up anyway for a little mid-range jumper. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, Philly has so many interchangeable pieces, man. Then you got Thibault, who's active, coming off the bench. Danny Green's a smart defender. Don't forget about Danny Green.
Right. I forgot. I actually did forget about Danny Green.
That's 4 guys I gave you, as opposed to one. Schroeder's a good defender, man, but he's not going to keep Kyrie from getting where he wants on the floor, man. He can't hold James, so it's really only one guy he can match up with because he's not big.
Milton too on Philly. Milton, you can't leave him open.
Oh no, we talking about defending Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, defending Brooklyn, man. You got to be able to have some resistance, man. At least. So Philly matches better with Brooklyn than we do. So in my opinion, that's just my.
We get Brooklyn and Philly in the Eastern Conference Finals because that's eliminating Giannis. And like I said, Okay, I'm gonna pose this question: who has the most pressure on them coming into the playoffs?
Pillowcase.
Clippers.
Pillowcase.
Okay,
Clippers.
Paul
Clippers
George
got
and
the most pressure. Paul
the way
George, Kawhi, y'all gotta deliver. I mean, I know you want to say Giannis, but I think
do.
we already know. I think the NBA people, the NBA family, world critics, whatever. I think we already know like the Bucks don't got a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's Philly and Brooklyn. In the West, the Clippers got the most pressure to me. Like Kawhi and Paul George got the pressure. Like y'all disappointed us last year. Look, we were supposed to get LA last year, and they didn't hold up to their end of the bargain. And then after the season, they made a bunch of excuses. Like especially Paul George. He had mental problems, he couldn't focus, and then Doc couldn't get him in the right spots. It was Doc's fault. It was everybody's fault but theirs. They didn't have enough chemistry. They gave everybody all the excuses in the world. Now you got none of them. Doc's gone. Y'all had the chemistry. Y'all even picked up Rondo. So like I need something. I need that. You had the LeBron commercial with the king hanging off the keychain, and this is Kawhi's town. All that shit. I need. You see, we didn't get too many New Balance commercials this year, did we?
So you're saying it ain't just about Kawhi or Paul George, it's the team. You're not like excluding one of them, or they both
I think it's
have
both of them. Yeah,
okay.
I think the pressure is on both. I think the pressure is on Paul George as far as you have to perform in the playoffs, just period. And as far as Kawhi goes, the pressure on Kawhi is that you have to get to the NBA Finals to get to LeBron. If you don't get to LeBron, you're not who we thought you were. Paul George is, you have to show us who the fuck this playoff P guy is that you've been telling us about that we haven't seen before. You told us he existed, but we've never seen him. So where is he? So I need that from him. And from Kawhi, like I said, you approved on that little dangling keychain from your car with that king on it. You knew what that was going to say to people when you gave the okay for that commercial. So with that being said, you knew that was going to be a shot at LeBron and you were okay with it. So I need you to show me that this is Kawhi Town, because that's what you said, because you signed off on this. It's not like you didn't know. You knew when that keychain was hanging with that fucking crown on it, what people were going to say. So since you were okay with that, and like I said this on one of your shows a while back, like Kawhi never really had that pressure on him that LeBron had. And San Antonio wasn't his team. He was still a baby. And then when he went to Toronto, it was no expectations for Toronto to win a championship. Like he got there and they won. It wasn't no pressure until he got to LA last year. That was the first time where we were like, hey, Kawhi, this is your team. We expect you to lead this team to at least the conference finals. You have to do the assists. You have to play defense. You have to do scoring. This is your team. You have to be the leader. This is your team. And he failed. So come on with it. I know what Giannis and the Bucks are. They don't have a chance. And it's not Giannis. It's not necessarily Giannis' fault. He can be better. He can work on his jumper. But they not fucking with Brooklyn and Philly. Let's just be real.
No, I agree. But he should be better.
He should be better. He should be better. Yeah. But if he had a jump shot,
he should be better.
If Giannis had a mid-range jump shot, are they beating Brooklyn though? That's my question to you guys.
I don't know about beating Brooklyn, but he would at least been to a finals by now. He would have been to a finals by now. Because
I don't think they beat Philly this year, even with him having a mid-range.
No, I'm talking about the previous years. All the times when
previous years, okay, yeah, previous years maybe.
Yeah,
previous years maybe. This year, I don't think Giannis at his best can beat one of these two teams this year. Not Embiid the way he's playing, and not in Philly, and not this Brooklyn team. I think they're just better teams. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think those two teams are better, period.
I agree. But the previous years when they were the number one seed, Milwaukee's had the best team, but they never got to the finals. So that's what I'm saying.
That's my point. And, okay, Chris.
Yeah.
Who you say got the most pressure on them? What would be your answer to that?
Out of all the teams,
the players, like a player going into the playoffs right
player,
now.
a player, not a team, a player. It's James.
Harden?
Yeah.
Harden?
Yeah. Has to be, bro, because you switch teams. You told everybody where you wanted to go. You go join with these two teams. You guys will be the top 2 seed in the East. This is your best chance to win a championship. So the pressure's on you, James. And I'll tell the same thing if I see him. And that's my guy. Like, bro, the pressure's on you. At the end of the day, you joined them. You left Houston under a bad circumstance. And I've never been to Houston. I'm sure he liked hanging out there. You go join 2 guys who have championships. And this is your best chance to get there. So the pressure's on you, man. You gotta stay healthy. This is the first time James really had an injury like this though before. James, the usually don't get here. He like to hoop. He not one of these guys that
You believe he hurt?
Yeah, he got a hamstring.
probably because, like I said, man, as long as I've been around him, he hoops. He doesn't care about all the extra sitting out and I'm paid to play basketball. So
I don't think the pressure is on James though. I say this because I don't think the most pressure is on him because even though James doesn't have a title, the teams that won titles in the James Harden era are all super teams. He never had. This is his first time on a team with 2 other All-Stars.
But that's
he
why
he lost to Golden State Warriors with KD. 73 win Golden State Warriors. Like every time he lost to the Golden State Warriors with super team. All the teams that won titles in his era were teams with quote unquote super team. So for him to go, and then I feel like Brooklyn, they're gonna get to the finals. I just don't see the pressure on them. I think they're personally gonna just walk to the finals. Like
But Mark, that's why the pressure is on them. Because usually think about what you just said. I see them getting there to the finals. That's why all the pressure's on them because you think they're gonna skate through it. So you don't expect
right. And if they don't, you know what's gonna happen? This is their first year. The Heat didn't win their first year.
No, I just I'm gonna tell you why, because this ain't James is Oklahoma City with a young KD and a young Russ. You're playing alongside 2 guys who have already won championships. Now, James, you trying to get one. So the pressure is on you, bro.
So let me ask you this, Chris. Let me ask you this. So they don't win this year. Turn it around, win it next year. Is anybody going to be like, well, y'all didn't win it the first year?
Wait, I'm sorry, Mark. What was that?
You good? So my question was, if they don't win it this year, then they turn around but win it next year. Does anybody say, well, y'all didn't win it the first year?
Well, we got to get there first, but if they don't win it this year, it's gonna be a disappointment.
That's why I say there's not going to be no pressure because they're just winning.
But if they don't win it,
I do. I mean, me personally, like I said, I got them winning. I don't care who they play. I got them winning in 6. If they play the Lakers, I got them in 6. Brooklyn in 6. Y'all seen those memes? They be like Brooklyn in 6 with the old dude. Brooklyn in 6.
I'm coming down.
Philly, Brooklyn in 6.
I kind of know where Chris is going though, because think about when LeBron joined Miami. Wade already had their first year. I'm going to that. Wade already had a ring. He brought Bosh over there. Now, LeBron James still hadn't won a ring at that point. So the pressure was on LeBron James that didn't succeed in Miami.
Right.
I see
Huge pressure.
James Harden is going to a team that 2 players have already won championships. Right. So the pressure is on him to get that ring. And I see where Chris is going. But I agree with you too, Marley. If they don't win it this year and they win it next year, it's not going to be a failure because Miami did the same thing with
exactly. As long as he wins, as long as they win a ring together, we're not going to call it a failure.
Okay. Let me ask you. You're right. Let me ask y'all a question. So, because my bad, I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to help the lady with something. But so my question was, when Miami lost that first championship, who was the best team? Who was the best team in the league that year?
Miami.
Okay, then. Who's the best team? Who would you say has the most talent and probably the best team in the league right now?
Who's the best team or who has the most talent?
Both. Both.
2 different questions.
Both.
I say Phoenix is the best team in the league, bro. But Brooklyn got the most talent.
Okay, so if Phoenix and Brooklyn were to play in the championship, who gonna win?
Brooklyn.
Okay, then. So Mark, I'm gonna ask y'all again. Who has the most talent right now in the league?
Brooklyn.
Okay, then. So when you get to the playoffs, the best team goes out the window. It's not about when y'all know when y'all play ball, it's about X's and O's go out the window, bro. Who gonna make the most plays come postseason? X's and O's.
Just because you're the best talent don't mean that you're gonna win.
I got that, but you should win if you have the most talent, right?
Not necessarily, bro, because
go ahead.
Listen, it's about matchups when it comes to the playoffs. A talented team can lose to a team that has a better matchup on you.
But for me, I would agree to that. But this ain't football. You have the best talent on the court. It's about who gonna make the most plays.
What about the Pistons when they beat the Lakers?
Yeah, you're right. But I always thought, personally, I thought Detroit was the better team all the way around. We just had Kobe.
What about Miami? What about Miami last year?
Kobe and Shaq, huh?
But what about Miami last year? A lot of those series, people wouldn't say they were the most talented team.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I picked Miami to beat Milwaukee. I picked Milwaukee.
I picked Milwaukee.
Honest to God.
I picked Milwaukee. I picked Miami to beat Boston, but I'm just saying a lot of people were saying that they weren't necessarily the most talented team.
And I'm pretty sure it goes both ways. Because Chris, I'm pretty sure you picked teams that didn't win.
Yeah,
because they had the
You're right, but to answer Mars' question, there was nobody in the East that separated themselves like Brooklyn would do as far as talent wise. Milwaukee was not that much more talented than anybody else on the East last year. No, you say Brooklyn is that much more talented than I think anybody else on the East, bro. That includes Philly. Philly just has that dominant Embiid, and they got sticky pieces, guys that you can place in their versatility of to adopt and mess around pieces. Brooklyn separates themselves as far as talents. Milwaukee's never separated themselves as far as talent overall. Like, man, they're just up here above. There's nobody else that can match up with them. That's just my opinion.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's what I'm saying. When playoff times come, bro, coaches give these cats the ball, bro. This is why we pay you, man. Now go get us a W. X's and O's go out the windows. Man, coaches are going to make personnel decisions, call timeouts, the whole nine. But when you got talented guys like that, bro, now it's time to go get a W. In my opinion, so that's why I'm saying Brooklyn has.
You would be disappointed if Brooklyn don't win. That's basically what you're saying this year.
I will probably be. Yeah, honestly, because there's nobody else in the league with the amount of talent they have, bro. It's good. I'm a Laker guy, but we don't have the talent. Braun will probably still. I can't even say 100%. Braun was just separate himself as far as if these guys meet. Like Braun is just separate himself. Like, man, he's just the best on the floor. If KD is who he is and he's 100%, KD's right there with Braun. Honestly, he always has been to me.
Okay,
I agree. That's what I'm saying. So in Miami, when they lost, they had the most talent. They didn't have the best record, but they had the most talent. So it was a disappointment for them.
But then they won the next year, and we didn't care about the year they lost.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. So all the years Milwaukee's been the number one seed. Was anybody ever disappointed Milwaukee didn't win the championship? I know I was. I'm like, they were never good. I was never disappointed Milwaukee's never won. Have you? That's what I'm saying. Will anybody be disappointed if Phoenix or Utah don't win? Depends on who finishes in the top seed. You won't be, right?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Who got?
Would you be disappointed if the Clippers lost? If the Clippers didn't make it to the conference finals against the Lakers, would there be disappointment?
Probably not, man. Because I think, like I said,
if the Lakers are waiting for the Clippers in the conference finals and the Clippers don't make it, there won't be disappointment.
For a Clipper fan, probably yeah. But like I said, we haven't seen the Clippers healthy though. Mar, we haven't seen the Clippers healthy. Ibaka's been out. Kawhi's been in and out. Pat Bear's been in and out. We haven't seen. They just got Rondo, so Ty Lue hasn't have his full service of pieces yet, man. Honestly, they have not played together yet.
So I can say that same excuse for Brooklyn.
But they're not but Brooklyn is more talented than the Clippers.
But they haven't played together. They've been hurt.
But that's fine. But come playoff time, if everybody's healthy, Brooklyn is more talented, right? Easily, regardless of not playing.
You're projecting that if they have chemistry, though. So they're just going to plug in and automatically have that chemistry to ride to the finals?
No, I didn't say anything about chemistry. I said most talent. I didn't say anything about
Because it
chemistry.
don't work like that. That's why Miami didn't win. Even though they had more talent, they lost to a Dallas team that had better chemistry.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. So we were disappointed Miami didn't win. That's what I'm saying, right? So we'll be disappointed if Brooklyn probably doesn't win. Like,
I wouldn't be because I'm like
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I don't think I would be because
I don't think they would be.
they're just
Because
gonna.
I'm
like
expecting them to win the championship. I'm not expecting that. Miami
I
with
expect them to win
the way
if they don't win this year. If they don't win this year, I just expect them to win next year because one, they never played together. How many times did the three of them play together this season? Less than 20 games.
like 10 games.
About not even
So,
like 7 or 8.
Okay.
so if they to me, I'm not put like this. Okay, to piggyback off your point, I know you got to get out of here. If Philly beats Brooklyn in the conference finals, will you be surprised?
No, I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked, but I will still be disappointed that Brooklyn did not pan out. I will still be disappointed. Like y'all have,
but you know why they could beat them though.
Yeah, I think Philly's solid all the way around, and Embiid will be up there with the most dominant. He's going to be the most dominant player in the series, and it won't even be close.
Right. So technically, it's not a surprise if they lose.
No, I would still be shocked, like I said, because of the firepower. I still don't think Philly can score enough points, but they're going to be coached well. Embiid might average 35 and 15 in that series.
Before you get out of here, what's the odds? Give me 50-50, 60-40, 70-20.
Brooklyn, Philly?
70-30. Yeah, Brooklyn, Philly. What's Philly's odds?
I would probably say 70-30 Brooklyn.
Oh, you got to give it more than 70-30.
I would probably say 70-30, man. Only because Embiid is going to dominate, but I don't know what
I'm thinking 60-40. I'm thinking 60-40.
I know, but Mar, how is Philly going to score enough points? You trust Tobias? You
just slow the game. You just slow the game down. But
you think. Okay, let me ask you a question. Who do you think has the best chance of controlling tempo? Brooklyn or Philly?
Philly.
I disagree with that.
We can just throw the ball to Embiid.
Exactly.
You can't stop me from walking the ball up the court.
No, I agree. But Philly has to be able to put enough points on the board for the ball to come through the net for them to dictate tempo. If shots aren't falling, Brooklyn's gonna run, and they got multiple guys. These guys, when they get the ball, they're not looking to pass the ball and say, "Okay, where's James? Where's Kyrie? Whoever got it, we're gonna get it and go." Now you got to match up with these guys in transition. By the time you try to figure out who got who, it's too late. Just like when Golden State was at a high level.
I agree with that. I mean, I agree. I think Brooklyn is gonna win. I agree with that, but I give Philly more than 30%. I give Philly more than 30%.
I would too if Ben had a jump shot. Are you damn right? I would. But he's not gonna be. He's gonna be so caught up in defending the three perimeter guys, bro, to where is he gonna even lead the series in assists? Because everybody talk about how great of a point guard he is. He may be.
No,
he may
will not.
In
he
assists,
will not lead the series in assists. James Harden will lead the series in assists.
Is he gonna be number 2? That's not good. And that's my point.
He can be number 2. I think he can be number 2.
Okay. Hey, it's gonna be transition assists, like pushing the ball, dishing to that guy. He ain't setting nobody up like Chris said.
No, he's not setting anybody up. No.
Right. So, and that's where the 70-30 probably comes for your boy, man, because it's gonna be about Embiid, but who else is gonna step up consistently on any given night? Brooklyn's guys are gonna they're gonna do what they do if they're healthy.
I like Tobias to step up again that series.
I like it. I like Tobias when he was playing for the Clippers, man. Covering him, he's solid. He's solid.
Tobias averaged 20 plus in that series.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I gotta go help the lady, man. She even went downstairs. But anyway, who's gonna be the second best player on Philly in that series if they play? Because it should be Ben, but I keep hearing Tobias from
it has to be Tobias.
Okay, but who was the other All-Star? Who was the other All-Star? Was it Ben or was it Tobias?
I think it was Ben.
It was Ben. Not think. You know, Mar, you smarter than that, bro. It was Ben. That's my point. You got 2 All-Stars, but you telling me Tobias is gonna be the second best player in the series? That's unacceptable, bro.
They got 2 All-Stars. They have 2 All-NBA players because Ben Simmons is considered an All-NBA player, not offense but defense. So you're right. He's gonna have. So let's say his defensive presence steps up to where he can make up that 40%. What Barry said.
He has to. Tobias has to. I mean, Ben Simmons has to shut down James Harden.
But do you believe he? But do you believe he will? I ain't never seen nobody shut James down 1-on-1.
No, James can't average 28, 12, and 10. He can't do no shit like that.
Yep.
That has to be 25, 7, and 7 or something like that. He can't be averaging damn near. He can't have no 35-point games in 12 assists. Like he can't be having that kind of shit.
Yeah, I agree. But you gotta keep in mind, bro. James gets guys in foul trouble. If you don't know, if you can't be overly aggressive guarding James. Maybe Kyrie, KD, maybe. But James is so crafty, bro. He wants you to be aggressive. Okay, I got something for you.
Yeah,
So,
well, I mean that's apparently he's gonna have to show us why he's an all NBA defender.
Right.
Then
you're gonna have to show because offensively, I mean, he's solid on defense. I've seen him slide his feet. He's smart. He knows he doesn't get screened a lot. He gets through screens. He stays attached to guys' hips, so he gets it. He got good size.
That's the only way they win. I mean, that's the only way they win. He has to stop James. KD's gonna get his. Kyrie probably can get his, but you cannot allow James to shred your defense for 30 points and give you 12 assists with 7, 8, 9 boards. Like you can't do that to you. So if he can control James enough, they got a chance to win. If he don't, then they might lose in 5 or 6.
But and B gonna do what he do, man.
B has to average 30.
35 and 40.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, If he got to average Shaq numbers. If he's not putting up Shaq numbers, they lose.
Bro, Shaq averaged 38 and 17 in the series when he was in the finals here, bro, playing for the Lakers.
He got to do some shit like that. Yeah, he got to do some shit like that the whole playoffs.
He gonna have to, man. But, I mean, he's capable of it because Brooklyn don't have nobody for him. So
okay, look, this is what I want to do with Chris Marley before Chris get out of here.
I know he got to go.
Hey, Chris, I want you to give me your winners tonight in the NBA. And I'm gonna do a little play to see if you hit. Okay. Let's go. Rockets and the Warriors.
Warriors.
Pistons and the Hornets.
In Charlotte or in Detroit?
Yeah, in Charlotte. Yeah.
Charlotte. Hornets.
Okay. Chicago at Atlanta.
And LaMelo's supposed to come back tonight too, so that should hopefully give him a spark. But go, who's the other team?
Chicago at Atlanta.
I'm gonna have to go with Atlanta, man. Because I don't believe Chicago. I mean, I just don't believe in Chicago, man. I like Levine, I like Vucevic, but Atlanta, I think Atlanta's playing more desperate.
Yeah, Levine's been out for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. So that's their best player, second best player in my opinion. But go ahead.
Miami at Cleveland.
Miami.
Memphis at Orlando, back to back. Both of these teams just played yesterday.
Memphis.
New Orleans at Minnesota.
Wow. Sorry, what was it?
Pelicans at Minnesota.
Honestly, I know Minnesota's been playing well lately, but I'm probably gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with New Orleans, man. Only because I don't think Minnesota has anybody for Zion. They don't got nobody for him.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Karl Anthony Towns can't pick him up on the perimeter. He's not quick enough laterally to keep Zion in front. And Zion's explosive too. So I'm gonna have to go. What are you doing? Okay. New Orleans.
Indiana at OKC.
Man, that's a toss-up, man. Indiana, that's a toss-up.
Indiana. I'll help you with that one.
Yeah.
Washington at Dallas.
Ooh, Washington. Oh, that's that game. Yeah, Washington at Dallas. No Porzingis. Honestly, I'll probably go with Dallas on that one.
Ooh, okay. Toronto at Utah. Nuggets at the Clippers. Last game.
That's the game I'm watching tonight, huh?
Who would you put your money on? $100 right now. Who you put your money on?
The Clippers don't got nobody for Jokic, but the Clippers, they play with I got it. Leave it there. I'm about to come down. Sorry, man. She's trying to do stuff and I tell her not to do it.
No, we understand.
Honestly, I'll probably go with the Clippers, man, because they play well at home, and then Ty Lue has these guys playing hard regardless of who's in the lineup. Jokic is gonna do what he does, but no Jamal. Aaron Gordon still figuring out his position. So I'll probably go with the Clippers, man. Honestly.
All righty, sir. I appreciate those picks. I'm see what we can do. Me and Marty gonna talk about it. You know.
Yeah,
What I'm
wait,
saying?
time out. Y'all plan on making money off my picks, so I get 10%, right?
Hey, bro, we got you. Bro. If you hit,
I got bills, man. I got bills.
No, listen, we ain't gonna play all of them at one time though. We go mix it, match it up. But if you hit off your picks, you good. I got you. Straight cash out to
my man. My man. For sure.
I'm gonna let you go and get out of here.
No doubt, bro. Hey, Mark, good talking to you, man. LJ, man. Love talking with y'all, man. We'll do it again, man. Probably sometime next week. I'll have the daughter, man, but we could probably get some in the evening. You know, I'm more settled. Like I said, the birthday week was a busy week for your boy, but this week coming up, I should be good.
Hey, man, hit us on the thread. We text every day.
That's it. I'll be checking y'all out, man. Y'all make me laugh on the thread. No doubt.
Yeah, let us know, bro.
Yes, sir. Much love, y'all. Y'all be safe, man. We'll get up.
All right.
All right.
What it do, sir?
What's up? Stretch my legs for a second.
So look, man, are we gonna continue to disregard this NHL and Major League Baseball that's going on right now? Or can we talk a little bit about it, man? I mean,
no, man, we're not gonna keep disregarding it, but I'm not gonna lie, the last couple weeks I have made no baseball plays. Haven't even been paying attention to baseball. No, because I just been focused on basketball. Mainly because, and I'm doing much better in basketball. So probably once the playoffs start and I get a little bit more time, I don't have to break down so many games, then we can make a little more shift to baseball and hockey. Then we'll have the hockey playoffs coming up pretty soon, I think. So we'll definitely bust down the playoffs for sure.
So what about the NFL?
But yeah, man, it's just a matter of working it in. Just gotta work it in, man. Just gotta work it in. You know, it's hard during the week. You get off so late now, and
my bad.
So it's not like we got the time to work hockey shows in. Actually, if I wanted to,
like right now, we could do it on the weekend. That's my point. Like right.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to start doing hockey on the weekends, we can. Yeah.
That's baseball, because like I said, baseball plays so many games during the week. You might as well just sum it up at the end of the week to see what the best teams are, because they play so many games.
I'm fine with doing that on the weekends. Yeah, it's just Saturdays I'm normally at track, so
whatever, bro. Saturday, Sunday, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, we can do something on the weekends. Sure, I have no problem with that.
Did you want to touch on a little bit of NBA draft that's going on right now? Have you seen anything that you like?
I haven't seen anything today because I've been on the show, so I don't know who went where.
We can talk about the first round. What about the first round?
The first round, new Trey Lance was going to go to 49ers.
Okay.
Did
you like Chicago getting up to go get Justin Fields?
Yeah, I do. That was a necessary pick for them. Now we'll see. I don't know how good the weapons were in Chicago because they didn't ever have a good quarterback, so it's kind of hard to judge how good the receivers and running back actually was. Montgomery actually had a pretty good season toward the end of the season. So, you know, obviously we know he got a good defense around him on the other side of the ball. We'll see how fast he is, how fast he can learn the NFL offense. I assume he's going to be the starter over Andy Dalton. You know, I think it's very interesting. If I'm the Bears, I make the move. I like Justin Fields. So,
risky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they have to go up and get a quarterback. So I like the move. Hopefully, Justin Fields can work out because I do like Justin Fields. I do like the move for the Bears. Just hopefully he got the weapons around him. I know, is Allen Robinson still there?
I don't know. I would have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the receivers are, but hopefully it work out. I like the Bears. So I mean, I know that I like the Bears, but I like the move and I like what they did. I'm not a Bears fan, nor do I hate the Bears. You know, they are what they're an NFL football team. Um, but I do like Justin Fields, so
Okay.
you know that's cool.
What do you think about Atlanta getting Kyle Pitts to tight end?
I don't. I mean, as far as I thought, Kyle Pitts is the best player in the draft from a talent perspective. Just obviously, we know quarterbacks go first, but if all positions were equal and we weren't taking quarterbacks the way they do, Kyle Pitts should have probably been the number one pick in the draft. So, with them not needing a quarterback immediately, I guess that's a good spot. But I don't know what direction like Atlanta is heading in, so I don't know if it's a good pick for the team. I mean, he definitely helps the team. He helps them score more, but I thought their problem was on defense. So probably should have went defense, or move on from Matt Ryan. If you're going to move on from Matt Ryan, then you get a quarterback because you were in the position to get one of the better quarterbacks coming out this draft. So I just don't know what direction Atlanta is going in. As Kyle Pitts as a player, like I said, I thought he was the best player on the board. Honestly, I think he's going to have a tremendous career behind he stays healthy.
Okay. I saw some interesting today on Sports Center. They had 4 teams that have paired players that played in college together.
Right. Yeah, I see that's the trend right now.
Yeah. So let me give you the 4 and tell me what you think. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Clemson, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tua and Jalen Waddle, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith. What do you think about those compared? I like that Miami one. I like the Tua and Waddle.
Yeah, I like the Tua and Waddle. Chase and Burrow should probably be good. I don't know if Hurts and Wright, because Wright had his best year with Mac Jones. So, but I mean, I guess he did throw to him when they were at Alabama.
Yeah, so. Before he transferred. You see what I'm saying? Because Jalen Hurts transferred.
Right. But I mean, I think it helps the best probably with Miami with Tua and Waddle, because it's probably going to have the most, or that and Burrow and Chase, because they're probably going to have the most immediate impact on each other. But I say with Miami because Miami's probably going to be fighting for, we all think they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, maybe a division title. So that'll have bigger weight. I like it with Jacksonville just because Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be starting. I guess you give him a familiar guy in the huddle, a familiar guy in the backfield. ETN, and not only can he run it, he can catch out the backfield. He's very explosive. But, you know, he's a running back, so how long is that even going to be there? You know, but they're both probably going to be starting right away. So I guess, you know, that's good. They're good to build with young guys, I guess. Yeah. But I think the 2 most connections we'll probably see this year is Miami and Cincinnati.
Okay.
Because we already saw Cincinnati's going to air the ball out from they've been letting Joe Burrow throw it last year, so they're definitely going to throw it. Chase was his guy, so he's going to throw it to him. I think Tua's probably not going to target Waddle like that. Tua seems like he will probably spread the ball around, throw to who's open. But like I said, we expect Miami to be in a playoff place this year, so that's going to have more weight to it. So we'll probably hear about that connection more often if it happens the way we think it'll happen. But, I mean, I guess it's not a bad idea to go get somebody they played with in college. I mean, you do know how that person is going to come in and out of their breaks, when he's going to cut. You know, you're kind of familiar with his catch radius. So I guess it plays a role technically, but I mean, if you get a guy in the offseason, I assume you learn how he cuts. I don't know how long it takes to build chemistry. Yeah. I would assume at the couple months, if you work on it, you get You know, I mean, obviously it's faster. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know the guy. Y'all get that kind of. I can look at you and you can give me a wink or a nod, and I know what you mean. You get that faster because I already know this guy. So obviously, I think it helps. I don't think it's gonna hold too much weight though in the grand scheme of things. But you know, I mean, like I said, obviously it helps speed, chemistry up, but I don't think that's the most important thing right now. Those guys got to learn playbooks, learn routes, and get on the field to even show that they have that chemistry. So,
Yeah,
um,
I get that. What you think about Mac Jones? Is he going to start over Cam in Patriots, or how you think that's going
no,
to?
fuck no. Bill Belichick already said Cam's our guy.
Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah. He already said Cam's. He already said Cam's our guy. And I don't think. I think it would be a mistake to start him over Cam anyway. The Patriots aren't ready for Mac Jones. Isn't a Justin Fields or a Trevor Lawrence in the sense of he's going to elevate the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a guy that if he has support around him, he can be probably a good, maybe great quarterback because he's very accurate and he can't move. But I don't think he's going to go to a team and elevate those receivers. But I think if you have talent around him, like at Alabama, he had surrounded by brilliant talent, and if you keep him upright, he can make all the throws and he can put the ball where it needs to be. But I wouldn't put him in the starting lineup anyway right now. I'd give him a year or so to learn the system. And then Cam is probably just so intimidating and it's so imposing. I don't even think he's going to come into that locker room like a rookie and probably be treated like a rookie. And he's going to Cam is an alpha. So I think he's going to submit to Cam anyway. Just because when you look, Cam is like fucking 6'10", 6'9". How tall is Cam? 6'8".
Yeah, 6'7", 6'7", 6'8". I get
260. Cam looks like an NFL player, acts like an NFL player, and his shadow is so big that I don't think Matt Jones has a chance to start this year unless he just comes and blows Cam out the water in practice. And on top of that, it'll be so much pressure. I think it's already pressure on him being Tom Brady. That you're probably going to add to that pressure if you start him year one and week one. Because they're already comparing him to Tom Brady, and he went to New England like Tom Brady, and that's a lot of pressure that he's probably not quite ready for.
Yeah.
And he's a rookie on top of everything. I don't think Bill's going to want to start a rookie. I think Bill actually liked Cam, believe it or not. And I think, there was a lot of things that went wrong with the Patriots. COVID, Cam's first year. Cam actually caught COVID, couldn't practice, couldn't be at the facility, no offseason, didn't get the playbook. And believe it or not, they still were in the playoffs until like the last 2 or 3 games. So they get a whole bunch of that defense back. They upgraded on offense. So I think Bill's ready to roll the dice one more time with Cam, possibly get into the playoffs, call that a success, then maybe roll out Mac Jones next year.
So Cam will be gone?
I don't know if Cam will be gone, but probably. I think even if he has a good year, he goes. Just because they did draft Mac Jones. Unless Cam has like an amazing year, I think this is just a tryout for Cam for another team for next year. Who will that be? We don't know. But every year there's teams needing a quarterback. So I think if Cam have a good year, somebody will want him. He just has to have a good year. But I still think it's a 1-year deal basis.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm very interested because we got 17 games this year. So,
I don't like it. I don't like adding the extra game. I don't like it.
As far as betting wise?
I mean, as a bettor, I'm thrilled. It's another game to bet on. But
Yeah.
as a football fan and somebody that loves the game, I don't like it. Waters down the game, adds an extra game to what I think is already a perfect regular season, the most exciting regular season that we have in our three major sports in America here. And it's because it's not oversaturated with 1,000 regular season games. Right now, those 16 games, each game matters significantly. And the more games you add, the less significance you have in the regular season. And that's why the NFL is what the NFL is right now. And with basketball, you got the 80-some odd games. That's why you got players resting, and sometimes it just doesn't matter. They can afford to lose this many games and here and so forth. Same with baseball. Same with the college basketball and the regular season. All we got is football, college football, and college basketball. Regular seasons are the only thing that matters right now for the most part in our major sports. And when you add games to the regular season, it just, it just minimizes it that much more. So as a bettor, yeah, I'll take the extra game. As a fan, it's perfect. Leave it alone. Don't mess with it.
Okay.
It's fine. Just you have the perfect game. You have the number one game in America for a reason. You can tweak the rules here and there to keep up with the times and so forth and so forth. But you don't need to change the amount of games being played right now. If you want to get rid of the preseason, that's fine. Get rid of the preseason. These guys already put so much on their bodies. We don't want them getting hurt before the playoffs for an extra game. Just leave the game alone. It's cool. 16 games was perfect. It's a good even number. You got 8 division games, 8 non-division games. It was cool. It was good. It was perfect. Just leave it alone. You don't have to change it. Just fucking leave it alone. You can tweak it. You can not give the playoff bye to the second seed. That's fine. Okay. But we don't need to add games. You don't need to add games.
The fact that they add games, do you think it'll only be fair that you extend the roster so some of the players can sit out to get rest like they do in NBA?
But see, now we're having players sitting out for rest.
But they added an extra game.
Right. That's why I say you just don't even add the extra game. Because then we don't have to add more players to the roster. So star players can sit out because we got an extra game.
I mean, I didn't say was it right. I asked you, would that only be fair? That's what I asked. That was the question. Is it
okay. Well, yeah, for sure. But, it's about money. So the purpose of adding the extra game was to get more money. If we add players, then I got to pay more players more money. So I don't think they're going to.
What goes with business? You wanted that extra game?
Right. I wanted the extra game to make more money, but I can't make more money if I add more players to pay more players.
I mean, hey, it depends on how many players you can put on the team. Like, it may be a limit. Who knows? I don't know. It's 52, right? 52-man roster now, right? Let's just say it goes to 60.
Yeah, 7? I mean, I don't know the math and the money, but yeah. I mean,
they can figure it out. I'm just saying, I don't think it'll hurt them that bad that they can't figure that out. Give an extra nigga $100,000 or something.
We're talking about billionaires. No amount of money is going to hurt them. Nothing they lose.
But listen, for the ultimate end, though, they'll sacrifice that, bro.
They could lose a couple $1 million, and it's not going to hurt them, But we're also talking about the greediest people on earth. So.
But that's why they added the extra game.
Right, for more money. So the billionaires can make more billions.
Well, it takes money to make money. You do agree with that, right?
Yeah, I do agree with that. It takes money to make money.
To play some extra players to make more money. That's how that's going to work. It scales up.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just looking at it from the billionaire. I'm thinking about it from a greedy perspective and from a billionaire perspective.
You're not greedy or a billionaire, so you don't have to worry about it. You good.
Because all they want is more money. So you're coming up with a way to take money away from them, and they normally don't agree with those things.
I think it's taking away. I think it's investing into something to get a bigger outcome.
That's how they would explain it to us.
Hey, that's the way it is, bro. But if it ain't anything else, man, I know you gotta get ready for your show. So
Yeah.
we can go and get
Yeah,
out
I
of here.
got a prep.
Yeah. So
Got a prep. Do a
with
little work.
that said, we're gonna go and get out of here so we both can get back on Brothers and Best that's coming up in about an hour or so. So make sure y'all tune into that. I will be on there. So give them your social media, Marley, so they can tune in, my brother.
Like my boy said, y'all check us out in about an hour or so on Brothers in Bets. That's Brothers, THASN, like the letter, Bets, like it's normally spelled, on all your social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Come check us out. Come win some money. I'm 9-2 the last 2 days on my NBA picks. So y'all check us out, man, about 3 o'clock. And y'all can follow me personally at Marley Betsy. It's like right there. Oh, right there. Right there. Marley Bets on Instagram and Twitter. That's it.
Hey, well, LJ from Houston, y'all see it all across the screen. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We live on Facebook, by the way, Marty. I don't know if I told you that. I decided to go on Facebook today on the weekend.
Oh, what's up, Facebook? No, I don't care who sees me do what my image is. What my image is, I'm comfortable.
Hey, man. That's why I bring you on, my brother, because you are who you are.
No apologies.
So that's why me and you can relate. You see? So till then, like you said, tune in about an hour or so, Brothers in Bets. If y'all want to make some money, we finna be on there. We about to prep right now, do the numbers.
You do your little rant segment. I don't have a rant, but I do want to say something to all the people.
You want a rant segment? Hold on.
I don't want to rant. It's not a rant. I just want to say something to the people. Because you brought up Facebook and imagery and particularly pertaining to it wasn't pertaining to marijuana, but that's what I think about because that's about the only thing I do on Loud that people have a question about. And my reply to things of that nature for people that dislike marijuana or have an issue with people that consume marijuana in any amount of quantity, there's kids, there's people shooting up schools. Like marijuana is the last of all of my list of concerns. Niggas can't go to the store or Walmart without a mass shooting occurring, and you're worried about someone smoking marijuana. There's more prevalent things that are going on that have my concern than marijuana or me smoking marijuana when my kids are or aren't around. I worry about police shootings, police brutality, healthcare, homelessness, the economy. There's a long list of things. I'm very politically intelligent and aware of what's going on. There's a long list of things that I can run down that we have to concern ourselves about over marijuana use here in the United States of America. So with that being said, join us on Brothers in Bed. I will fire up another blunt and joint for us to enjoy today and make some money upon. So I say it's not a rant, it's just an educational statement. PSA. Public service. There's other things to be concerned with than people who smoke marijuana. Because trust me, those of us that are smoking marijuana are not the ones that are running up in your local Walmarts and local nightclubs and public schoolhouses and even their Capitol building on Saturdays. We're not the ones that are causing the riots and murders in the world right now. Trust me, we're very laid back with people.
Hey, I agree. And like I said to that, the only reason why, Marley, is because it's not legal. So
yeah,
until that happens, people are lighting up. And
so it's driving over 80 in the 60 is legal too.
Yeah, I know, right? So, that's it. We out. LJ from Houston, Marley and Beth. Tune us in about an hour and a half, my friend.
Oh.
And we out of here.